This is Mike Chaser Pro Boxing Fans. I'm like joined by Frank Warren today. Frank, so much was made of this matchup. Seeing Moses on the biggest stage, Riyadh, main eventing for the first time he is a veteran of the sport. He's done it. How impressed are you tonight?
I'm very impressed with his performance. I didn't expect that. When we made the match, I suppose I fancied him to win, but I certainly didn't expect it to be like that. I mean, it was a punch-perfect finish. Every punch, every shot he threw, they were well placed and they were hurtful.
Look, I don't want to write the future, but if that is the end of Dillian Whyte, how great of a servant has he been for this sport?
Well, I hope that's not going to be the case for him, and if he carries on, we certainly would be looking to help him in that way. But look, he's been involved in some of the great fights, hasn't he? Some really brilliant fights in the UK over the years. Some great domestic bust-ups. I mean, when he fought Usyk, great fight. He's been a very good servant of British boxing, and certainly I know he's had his problems over the years, a couple of problems, but in the ring he's delivered. He's delivered big time, and nobody has ever done that to him.
Tyson Fury said before the fight it could be too much too soon. Maybe you've managed so many prospects. Getting him out there on the big stage, how big is that to do it in front of all these fans, all the people watching back home, all that pressure?
Well, I'm delighted we're here, for the Esports World Cup event, which was here in Riyadh. It was a fantastic setting for him, and he showed what he's all about. And he's a 20-year-old veteran. It looks like when you watch him fight, he's got such amazing ring presence, composure. The way he goes about his business, he is something extra special.
Frank, who do you put Moses in with next? Obviously, he's blitzing these guys out, but you want it to. I know you said earlier in the week you don't want it to go rounds, but it'd be nice to, wouldn't it? He's got to have someone with give him a bit of resistance.
Well, is there somebody who can do that? We'll find out. He'll fight his next fight be somebody who's ranked in the top 10. That's what it'll be.
Nick Ball tonight, Frank. Obviously, I thought it was a closer fight than the scorecards read out, but just a reflection on Nick's performance.
I thought he won it by 4 rounds. I thought his performance was good. I thought he'd done what he had to do. He's fought a lot of good fighters. When you look at the defence of his title, world champions, undefeated fighters, and it was another undefeated fighter tonight who come to fight and gave a very good account of himself. But I was pleased with him at the end. He'd done what he had to do and come through.
Can we try and lock in a unification with Nick? Obviously, he should have been unified anyway.
Yeah, and we will try and do that.
And David Adelaide as well. Obviously, great performance against Philip. Just not good enough against Philip Hergovic tonight.
For me, he didn't. He had that bad cut, which was, I think, from a jab. The cut. He never capitalised on that. He didn't throw his jab enough. He didn't throw his right hand enough, and he let the rounds just went by. But you can't take anything away from Philip Hergovic. He worked. His work rate was tremendous. He threw a lot of punches, very active, and he won it. He won the fight.
Cheers, Frank. Rico here for the Boxing Voice. The young man seems to be genetically engineered to put people to sleep. Would the likes of Zhilei Zhang and perhaps a Jermaine Franklin be more appropriate as a step up?
Any of those guys in the top 10, as I said, every fight he has been a step up, and the next one will be as well.
So obviously going back to Hergovic and Adelaide, what did you make of that fight? Obviously Adelaide dug really deep in there.
Well, he dug deep in the 8th and the last couple of rounds, but he could have dug a bit deeper earlier on in the fight. I didn't feel he got you. I thought he started off really well with his jab. He let his right hands go, and he seemed to stop doing that for quite long periods in the fight.
The common thesis around where I was sitting was that the conditioning of Adelaide could improve. Is that something that really needs to be looked at or worked on?
I think he goes back and his team will go back and they've got to go and watch what happened in the fight. He's got a trainer in Adam Booth who's very well respected. You've got to ask him about his conditioning. Before the fight, everybody said he was in great condition and he was this, and it's like it's always after the fight. There's always someone's got someone to say, or they find a reason for the defeat. He did not throw enough punches. Hergovic went out and threw punches. You win fights, you throw scoring punches, you throw knockout punches. That's how you win fights. If you're not throwing shots, you ain't going to win the fight.
What about Nick Ball and Sam Goodman? I thought that was a great fight. I thought Sam Goodman gave an incredible account of himself.
He gave a great account of himself, undefeated fighter and, a tough fighter. And and it's a very competitive fight throughout.
Frank, before I let you go, can you just finish your sentence? Moses Itauma is the most exciting prospect since.
He's the most exciting prospect that I've been, a 20-year-old prospect that I've ever been involved in, and I've been around for nearly 100 years now.